Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. My people, we know what time of the year it is. It's February the 3rd. I'm quite sure 57.3% of y'all have already filed your tax returns and waiting on that check to come in. But I implore you, please do not let your cousins, uncles, nieces, daughter, or your home girl who you know who does your hair, her sister. Don't let these people even people who claim they got a tax business that only pops up between the months of January and March of every year. Please do not let these people do your taxes. You don't know why? I'll tell you why. Because according to MarketWatch.com, the IRS audits black taxpayers at far higher rates, study says. And it continues. It says black taxpayers are audited at 2.9 to 4.7 times the rate of non-black taxpayers, researchers from Stanford University and the Treasury Department say. I don't think they will lie to you. I think what they want you to do is do the right thing, because y'all ain't got the money to fight the IRS player. I'm just letting you know. Black taxpayers are audited by the IRS at a disproportionate rate, according to a new study that adds to the research on the uneven ways race-neutral tax provisions and enforcement play out across different communities. Check this out. Despite race-blind audit selection, we find that black taxpayers are audited at a 2.9 to 4.7 times the rate of non-black taxpayers, wrote the authors, who included researchers at Stanford University and economists at the Treasury Department's Office of Tax Analysis. The main source, we might make this a short video. The main source for the disparity is the Earned Income Tax Credit, a long-running credit geared at low and moderate income working households, the study said. Who is, let's just be honest, disproportionately represented highly in the poor in the poor communities. From what we know, is our people. Even among all EITC claimants, black taxpayers had roughly 3 to 4 times the likelihood of being audited compared to the EITC claimants who weren't black. The researchers said, how do they know that you're black if it's a race-blind audit selection? While tax returns do not ask for data on race or ethnicity, the researchers looked at more than 184 million tax returns and around 780,000 audits from tax year 2014. They built models that overlaid Census Bureau data and checked their probabilities for a portion against North Carolina voters' registration records, which gave people the option of disclosing their race and ethnicity. The information allowed the researchers to check the accuracy of the projection methods. Okay, let's see. Around 70% of all audits during recent years are correspondence audits done through the mail instead of in-person field audits, the author noted. These correspondence audits made up 94% of EITC audits during the tax year. The researchers studied they are also substantially cheaper because they rely on automation instead of staffing needs. Devising different audit selection models for people claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit, we found that maximizing the detection of underreported taxes would not lead to black taxpayers being audited at higher rates. The IRS should drill down to understand and modify its existing audit selection methods to mitigate the disparity we've documented. And we've shown they can do that without necessarily sacrificing tax revenue. Equitable enforcement of our tax laws is a top priority for the administration. So basically, and this goes on down, let's see. When it comes down to the ITC, black families represent 9% of all studied households will receive 90% of the benefits. Hispanic households, 15% of family will receive 28% of the benefits. What? Meanwhile, white household represents 67% of the families will receive 92% of the benefits from the lower preferential tax rate on long-term capital gains. How in the world are they picking out these black folks? You know, I'm reading this book now. What's the name of this book? It's a book about the banking system. And one of the main things they bring up is, and even going back to the Tyree Nichols situation, they don't have to know your race. They don't. You don't have to tell them. You know how they do these audits and detections in these surveys? They separate them by zip codes, just like the banks do it. The people you get your loans from, your car loans, when you see your payday loans, you find out a lot through people's zip codes, because certain zip codes tell you how much certain people make. So rich people live in certain zip codes and poor people live in certain zip codes. That's how they can do this blind study. So people, don't be stupid. Don't fall for the okey-doke saying, well, they're not asking me for my race or ethnicity, so how they gonna know we black? They don't know who I am. I could be some little poor little white girl. Yeah, you could, but you know what? Most likely, out of this zip code that you claiming, when you tell me your address, I ain't gotta know what you look like. I know where you live, and I know what the majority of the people who live there look like. So don't get it twisted. So like I said, go ahead. If you don't make a lot of money, go and get your little old Intuit TurboTax or get your H&R Block. Go on to Walmart, go to H&R Block, pay that little old fee. Let them do your taxes right. During the year, I know a lot of people, you need your money. I understand. Eggs are like $100 a case. It's crazy. But if you can, for whatever reason, if you can, claim as little as possible during the year so you can pay those taxes. Some people, because the thing what people do too, especially like poor people, people that don't have a lot of money, what we'll do during the year, we'll claim like zeros during the year, and then for taxes, we'll claim 2 or 3 kids. Or we'll claim less during the year, but then claim more at the end of the year to get more money. All that stuff, they see that, man. They see the disparity in your documentation. So it's going to create red flags. But poor people are going to do it, not trying to be criminals or trying to be deceptive, but they're trying to pay bills. We all done. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to pay bills, trying to make, trying to make it through the year because inflation is killing you. The minimum wage is not going up. Inflation, insurance goes up 10% a year, but then your raise goes up 2% a year. Eventually, something's going to have to give. Get a 2% raise, but then the value of the dollar drops 3% every year. You see what I'm saying? So it's like eventually something has got to give, so you get it where you can. And I understand that, but seriously, like I said, this is a longer article. I'll probably put this link in the description box so y'all can read this. But again, just be careful out there. Find you a reputable tax person. I mean, preferably if it's, a black American, that's great. But find somebody that's reputable, somebody you can trust, somebody that, that if audit comes through, it won't hit you, it'll hit them. They'll take that, they'll take that hit. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace. And I'll see you on the other side.